Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor 99. How you doing? It is August 31st, 2021, mid-afternoon, and the court is in session. This is a gavel, a real gavel. The court is in session. I did a video this morning. My life is so boring that I actually got to listen to the entire hour and a half or so call from the SEC and Ripple today. And to make sure that I was the first 2,500, I was actually on hold like 15 minutes before the hearing even started. Super interesting. A lot of what they said went over my head, but let me kind of give you a rundown. So plus it started so I'm on the call 10 or 15 minutes before. There was no volume for the first 15 or 18 minutes. Then they got it started. And then it was about another hour and a half after that. Your Honor, may I approach the bench? So the judge opened up with a question. And it was a big picture question. And the question had to do with, and the guy from there was a lawyer from Ripple Labs, a lawyer with Brad Garlinghouse, and a lawyer from the SEC. And the lawyer from Brad's team, I guess you could say that, super on point. And I was impressed, okay? And it was kind of interesting. So no one could interrupt. And then the judge asked the same question about the case to the SEC lawyer. And all the SEC lawyer did was kind of make fun of Brad's lawyer and what he said. And which I thought was kind of weird. So instead of giving information about your side, all he did was rail on, is it Mr. Solomon? Is that Brad's lawyer's first name or name? Anyhow, but it was funny. And then the lawyer kind of was grilling the SEC lawyer, the judge rather. The judge was kind of grilling a little bit the lawyer for the SEC. And the judge would always ask a question. She would say Mr. So-and-so, is it your position that da-da-da-da-da-da? And then Brad's lawyer, was it Mr. Solomon? I'm sorry, I should write down the names. They were using really big words Your Honor, those are reckless standards that were being used. And, it's pejorative. Those comments and those views are pejorative in nature. When I'm I got to look up the word pejorative. Man, we need to deliberate the facts. So basically what happened, again, there's so much that went on. There's so many levels that I could speak to. Ripple and Brad's lawyer did a really good job today of presenting their side of the case, it wasn't about the whole case. It was just about 40 documents that Ripple wanted the SEC to cough up, because that's what the August hearing was about. So the SEC ends up giving Ripple and Brad's lawyer 11 documents of the 40 that they requested. And of those 11, a lot of them were highly redacted, which means there was a lot of empty space and blacked out spaces. So the Ripple was arguing, hey, they didn't give us all the stuff we asked for, Judge, and we need to get this. Well, then the SEC came back and said, basically you're asking for too much information. So of the 11, that's why we only, of the 40 requested, that's why we only gave you 11. And the judge was like, well, SEC, you really shouldn't have done that. You really should have came to me first. So what they're going to do is, the way it was left for the next 2 to 4 weeks, is the SEC is going to tell the judge what specific documents they want to release to Ripple. And then 2 weeks after that, Ripple's going to respond and go either, we need more documents, they can't be redacted, yada, yada, yada. But I think today the judge wanted to clarify, which I thought was interesting, because this hearing and trials, or not a trial, has been going on for a while. The judge wanted SEC to clearly state their position on these documents, and some of the documents being subjective or not, which I thought, like, man, they could talk all day long about these little facts. They're going to end up being big facts into the case. But the court was in session, and I learned a lot. It was really interesting. And yeah, the Ripple lawyer dude did a really good job. And the SEC guy was a little more on the defensive, a little bit. That's my position. But it was super interesting, and the court case continues. And yeah, that's it. Hope that helps. Love y'all. Bye-bye.